Zero Escape is a collection of adventure visual novel games developed by Spike Chunsoft, the renowned creator of the Danganronpa series. The game lineup includes the critically acclaimed titles 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, Virtue's Last Reward, and the Nonary games, all of which revolve around the premise of 9 people trapped in a perilous game orchestrated by a mysterious entity known only as Zero. Their goal? To escape the treacherous situation alive. Paranoia Agent is an anime series that revolves around a string of random attacks that occur in Tokyo, each perpetrated by a mysterious kid with a golden baseball bat. The attacks draw the attention of a group of investigators, including detectives Keiichi Ikari and Mitsuhiro Maniwa, who are determined to figure out the identity of the attacker and the reasons behind his actions. The protagonist Aya experiences abuse from her brother and bullying in school until one night. Her computer displays a screen offering a magical wand to help solve her problems and she accepts it, but soon discovers that being a magical girl is more dangerous than she anticipated. The story follows Keiichi Maibara, a new resident of Hinamizawa, who quickly becomes friends with a group of locals. However, he soon discovers that they are hiding secrets about the town's annual cotton drifting festival and the disappearance of 2 people. A detective suspects Keiichi's friend, Mion Sonozaki family to be the one behind it, but is it really the accurate truth? The story takes place in multiple arcs stuck in time loops set in June 1983. The story follows Megumi's aspirations to become a model and win the affection of Yuki. However, a strange family has recently moved into her village and people are getting sick and disappearing. Yuki is determined to uncover the truth behind the family's odd behavior and the mysterious happenings in the village. Saya Kisaragi is a high school girl who fights monsters called Elder Bairns to protect her village. As she uncovers the truth about her past and the village, she realizes that everything she knows may be a lie. Aya is aided by a group of friends, but she must face the consequences of the secrets and betrayals that surround her. Perfect Blue is an animated movie by Satoshi Kon. The story follows Mimi, who was a member of a popular idol group, until she announced her retirement to pursue an acting career, much to the disappointment of her fans. One fan, in particular, was furious about her career change and became obsessed with keeping Mimi away from acting, going as far as to threaten her with murder. The motif of the story is based on the ideology of both escapism and actuality. I will try make this entry as brief as I can. Anyways, Corpse Party is a visual novel game featuring a group of friends having one of their friends moving away. They decide to perform a ritual that ensures they'll be together forever. But after completing the ritual, they are transported to a secondary world, where ghosts are on the hunt for them. If you are looking to play this game or watch its anime, I would proceed with the utmost caution as it can get violent and graphic pretty quickly. School Days is a visual novel that follows Makoto Ito, a high school student who becomes infatuated with Kotonoa Katsura, his shy schoolmate. With the help of another classmate, Sekai Sayanji, the two start dating, but Sekai becomes jealous of their relationship as she also has feelings for Makoto. This visual novel later received an anime adaptation and has gained a reputation for its controversial ending. High school student Kei Kurono and his childhood friend Kato Masaru help a homeless man on subway tracks and are hit by a train. Instead of dying, they find themselves in an apartment with other people who have also had near-death experiences. The apartment is controlled by a black sphere called Gantz, and the group must participate in missions to eliminate aliens if they want to live. However, it is unclear whether Kei, Kato, and the others are alive or dead. The Mononoke anime series, not to be confused with Princess Mononoke, boasts an atypical art style inspired by the Edo period. The story revolves around Kuzuri Yuri, a mysterious medicine seller who travels the land slaying and exorcising mononokes. These beings are supernatural spirits and yokai from Japanese folklore. The anime series comprises of 5 standalone stories, each delving deeper into the enigmatic realm of the mononokes. Uzumaki follows a high school teenager, Kiri Yagoshima, her boyfriend, Shuichi Saito, and the citizens of the small, quiet Japanese town of Kurozucho, which is cursed by supernatural events involving spirals. One day, Goshima's father suddenly goes crazy making sculptures of spirals and then dies soon after. This leads to an increasingly more drastic supernatural events that plague the town. Ayanma is also known as Hell Girl. She supposedly carries out grudges on behalf of clients who request her service by sending the target of their hatred to hell. The means of requesting her service has evolved over time. and the current method is a website called Hell Link or Hell Correspondence, accessible only at midnight and known only to those with powerful grudges. Users enter the name of their target and hit send. 17-year-old Sato Matsuzaka, despite having a stable job, a nice apartment, and a boyfriend, is hiding a dark secret from her friends. She is harboring a 7-year-old girl named Shio, who is a fugitive from her abusive mother. While Sato sees her relationship with Shio as a deep and meaningful love, she will stop at nothing to protect it, even if it means risking everything else in her seemingly perfect life. Serial Experiments Lane is about a shy and introverted 14-year-old girl named Lane Iwakura. Lane is not interested in the latest technology craze, The Wired, until she receives an email from a classmate who committed suicide. This event leads her to question reality and her own existence, causing her to explore The Wired and become involved in its dark secrets. As she delves deeper into the network, her relationships with family and friends begin to unravel, and she is forced to confront the true nature of reality and technology's role in shaping their lives. Paprika is also a movie by Satoshi Kon, but this story features newest technology called the DC Mini, which allows users to enter and explore the dreams of others. Dr. Atsuko Chiba, a research psychologist, uses the technology as her alter ego named Paprika to treat patients. However, chaos ensues when the DC Minis are stolen, and dreams and reality begin to blur. Dr. Chiba, her colleagues, and a police detective must unravel the mystery and stop the perpetrators. I would advise that you take caution with this entry as it can be quite extreme and uncomforting to look at. Anyways, the story of Pupa follows two siblings, Utsusu and Yume, who are abandoned by their father after their mother divorces him due to his abusive behavior. They become infected with a virus called Pupa that turns organisms into monstrous creatures. Yume fully succumbs to the virus, but Utsusu gains regenerative powers. In order to suppress the virus in Yume, Utsusu must take a drug and have Yume feed on his flesh. This anime is also reputable for its controversy revolving around, well, I'll let you find that out for yourself. Umaneko is a gripping mystery that unfolds on the secluded island of Rokanjinma in 1986. Battler and his 17 family members gather to determine who will succeed Kinzo as the head of the wealthy Ushiromiya family and manage their financial troubles. However, their plans are disrupted by the discovery of supernatural beings known as witches and Kinzo's obsession with a painting of a woman named Lady Beatrice. When a typhoon hits, they become stranded on the island, and strange murders begin to occur, seemingly connected to an enigmatic epitaph that Battler discovers. As the mystery deepens, the characters are forced to confront their darkest fears and secrets to uncover the truth behind the gruesome events on the island. I will once again hand you over to David, who will go over the fourth tier.
Doubt is a Japanese horror manga series that centers around a game called Rabbit Doubt.
The story follows 6 high school students who are trapped in an abandoned psychiatric hospital and must play the game to survive. The game requires players to identify the wolf among them before everyone is eliminated. However, as the game progresses, players start dying, and it's revealed that one of them is the real killer seeking to punish all liars.
The remaining players must work together to find the wolf and escape.
Yume Iki is a 32-bit Japanese game that invites players to explore the vivid and bizarre dreams of a reclusive little girl named Meadow Suki. As the player navigates through her surreal dreamscapes, they encounter a series of unsettling and often disturbing scenes that offer a unique insight into the girl's psyche. With its richly detailed pixel art and hauntingly atmospheric soundtrack, this entry contains elements of gore that may not be suitable for individuals under 18. If you feel that you can handle graphic and disturbing depictions of gore, please proceed with extreme caution. Saya no Uta is an game that follows the story of Fuminori, a medical student who undergoes experimental brain surgery after a car accident that kills his parents. He wakes up to a world where everything appears as grossly distorted flesh, and the doctors look like monsters. Fuminori keeps this to himself and meets a girl named Saya who helps him maintain his sanity. However, he must choose between staying with Saya and continuing to see the world as a distorted reality, or going back to his old world with Saya as a monster. I wouldn't recommend that you look at this entry if you cannot tolerate its extremities. But if you're someone who wants to test the level of tolerance regarding horror and shock value, I suppose you can have a go, but be warned. There are also some references of Lovecraftian horror, which is pretty cool if you're a fan of his works. Keiji Kiria, a new recruit in the United Defense Force, fights against alien invaders called mimics. After his first battle, Keiji is trapped in a time loop, reliving the same day over and over again. With the help of the legendary soldier Rito Vrataski, Keiji must use his time looping abilities to become a better soldier and uncover the secrets behind the mimic invasion. However, as the time loop continues, Keiji's mental state deteriorates, and he must race against time to find a way to break free from the cycle and end the war before it's too late. Angel's Egg is an experimental film directed by Mamoru Oshii. Angel's Egg follows an unnamed young woman carrying a large egg which she tends for, who wanders around a desolate landscape in hopes of one day hatching that egg. The arrival of a ship incentivizes her to meet an individual from the ship, an unnamed boy who is curious about the egg. The two of them journey throughout the desolate dystopian lands. Seonjin finds no solace, not even at school, where he is relentlessly bullied because of his quiet and frail nature. However, the root of Jin's fear is not the daily torment he faces, but rather his own father. Although his father appears to be a respectable businessman and a loving parent, he is, in reality, a psychopathic serial killer, and Jin is his unwilling partner in crime. They have managed to deceive the police for years, but when Jin's father becomes fixated on a new transfer student named Yoon-kun, Jin is faced with a difficult decision: either comply with his father's twisted desires and condemn Yoon-kun to the same fate as his other victims, or stand up to his father and risk everything. The Empty Box and Zeroth Maria is a light novel series about a new student named Maria has transferred to the class. However, upon meeting Kazuki, she reveals that she is not just any Maria, but the 13,118th Maria, sent here with a mission to break him at all costs. A manga artist assistant, Hideo Suzuki, who is stuck in an unfulfilling life with low self-esteem. His world is turned upside down by a disease that turns people into homicidal zombies. He and his companions struggle to survive and question their moral choices, but only 3 of them make it to the top of Mount Fuji to find salvation. A class of high school students is randomly chosen to participate in a deadly game on a deserted island. Each student is fitted with a metal collar that will detonate if they do not meet certain conditions. The goal is to be the last person standing, and the winner is granted freedom. Shuya Nanahara, the protagonist, tries to find a way off the island without participating in the game to put an end to it. I will once again hand you over to John, who will go over the 5th tier.